the problem of what we do with DPW yards, so I don't know, now I'm starting to change my mind, but I don't know what, I guess I'm saying that we have some big decisions to make maybe in the next 3 to 5 years on how to handle the yard, and this sounds like, our little first, actually it's not our first because we've already had some planning done,
But I do think, to your point, the organizational study needs to be done first, and then doing the facility assessment is
but we did just approve a scope in JP&L for the organizational study this year.
Right, but I just think we need to see what comes back from that first, and
Right, because that won't get done until 2020, so you'll be working on that within the first 6 months of 2020. So when we talk about...
Can I say one other thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So I believe in we've done so much planning on the DPW yard. However, the fire station was a great example of how we had one consultant who did a layout, and the cost was going to be very high for rehab, and then another consultant came in and gave this fresh new look and just said, we could do it all on one floor. I really think that everything we're going to be doing in the next 2 years is going to be centered around DPW because of the fact that it's the most in need facility-wise. It's environmentally a hazard. It's, the river is suffering, and we have all these different, environmental standards that are coming down. And once the organizational analysis is done, we're going to need to know how many people and where we're going to house them. And so I think that it goes hand in hand. So I guess I would defer to Rebecca to tell us the year in which we should put this in the budget.
2021.
And I think
she said 2021. Okay, well.
Okay.
That sounds fun. Okay, then I guess are we all okay with taking it out? Okay. The bike racks.
Okay, that's
Any question? Can you refresh my memory? Are these replacement bike racks or additional bike racks?
I think there are primarily, there's some of both.
I think additional bike racks are great. Replacement ones, maybe we could wait on those. Or are they just looking bad, or are they not functional?
They function, but they're all in need of repainting. And the most efficient way for us to repaint them is pull groups at a time and repaint large groups at a time. And to do that, then we're pulling large groups off the street. What we have done in the past is we have had a kind of a reserve pool of racks. So then we go out and we take, a dozen, 15 of them out, put the reserve racks in, and then repaint, and then we would do that. We don't have a reserve anymore because of knockdowns and other issues.
Is this something the bid could participate in? I don't.
Or the Shore Foundation?
It's all great thoughts, but unless they come forward and say they want to, you can't mandate it.
Well, we can ask them.
I mean, between Bubbler and Parklets, and we have more and more restaurants requesting seating in the right of way in the summer. I think our things are getting a little crowded. I'm not sure where 15. This would be 15 more. Oh, are you saying 15 of just the post in the circle? Oh, I thought they were.
No,
just the post in the circle.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they're
I'm fine for keeping this in the budget. We're a bike-friendly community. It's something Wade's found. If it's something that there's a need for, and we want to continue to increase multimodal transportation, environmentally friendly options. And we have so many environmentally friendly things in this budget already as well. So we're also, the Bike and Pedestrian Safety Committee, they're looking to go from silver to gold this year for our community, which brings a lot of great publicity and other things. But just as far as a health issue and a great way for people to get around. I as a cyclist find that we are short on places, including here at Village Hall, for your bikes. I know you can walk over to the library, but I $5,000 to go with what this village is, quite famously known for as a pedestrian cycling community. I'm fine with leaving it in the budget.
Does anyone else have anything?
I do. I would like to take it out, and the reason is, I think that all of our organizations care about the Shorewood being bike friendly, the Shorewood Foundation and the bid, and I think this is a great opportunity to partner with one of the outside organizations for public infrastructure. We haven't done it yet, like with bikes or anything, or park visits or anything, and I think it's a great opportunity. It's a small amount, and it's very visible, so I think that one of the organizations that we partner with, it would be a good collaboration.
Okay, and Mike, did you have something?
I just wanted to say that what I heard Leanne say is that it is not necessarily to expand the actual number of bike racks, the post and circle ones that we have available on the streets. It's to make it possible to take out a group, paint it without going without any bike racks for a while. So it's having it rotating. So you're not really, so if the bid were, it's not like we have space for putting additional bike racks necessarily. So that's not what the request is for. I just wanted to make,
It's to not reduce the amount of bicycle parking that we currently have available.
or even temporarily to paint them.
So, okay, let's, okay, all in favor of reducing the budget by $5,000 and taking out the bike racks, raise your hand.
My hand's raised.
Okay, that's 4. Okay. Additional beach trash receptacles, $13,000. When we discussed this the last time, we talked about the possibility, rather than adding more trash receptacles, to having the trash picked up on sometime during the weekend, on summer weekends where we have a lot of use of the beach. So, any discussion on this one?
Just refresh my memory if you can, because I definitely think we need to deal with trash on the beach, and so I voted no, it seems like we're not doing that. But I thought that if we replaced, we got more, it didn't matter, we just get less temporary, but it'll be for the same amount, and I'm like, the same amount, is you doing it now? And that's when we got to pick up, but if we're gonna have the same number, whether it's a combination of temporary and permanent, or just permanent, it's not gonna work, because they're overflowing right now with the same number.
Well, they're overflowing by the end of the weekend, but if they were picked up on
Yeah.
Saturday, I think
Right.
that would ease the problem.
Correct.
Is that
But I'm
what
just
we're
saying,
talking
the amount of trash cans was changing, if they were just going from temporary to permanent. So I like the idea of extra pickup, much better.
Who would pick it? We'd have to have workers on the weekend come in and pick them up, which could
Yes.
cost.
Aren't there people here for the dump, or,
Not every Saturday.
right, so it's every other Saturday that there's somebody here?
That would work.
But, I mean, really, how many, like, summer Saturdays are there that would need it? That's my other sort of question is, it's not every weekend, I would imagine.
It would be every weekend.
Right, no, for during the summer, yes, but I mean, like,
12,
in
16,
the
and-
winter, it's not, I would
Correct.
assume that the
I would
trash is-
suggest it's probably Memorial Day through Labor Day or mid to late September.
So part of the way to look at this question too, since I don't know if we know the exact cost of having staff come in on their day off on a weekend. I mean, one of the ways to look at it as a board is, do we want to make organizational changes that are, mandating that a department tell their employees that they now have to work on a weekend all throughout the summer? So and I don't know what the cost benefit is of labor versus additional cans. So I'm not, and for me, I would be hesitant to make anyone come in on a Saturday when their normal work week their job description doesn't say that they have to come in, especially all summer long. So anyway, that's, from a personal and professional, standpoint, I would not be in favor of making a policy change like that. So.
Can somebody answer my question though? Because if we just put what's proposed, doesn't that equal the same amount as what we have now, but we have temporary instead of permanent?
I think he said, I forget the guy's name, Ben? Is that the guy? Said that that some are old and need to be replaced, but some would be
Right.
new.
But it was equal the same amount. And so that's when I was like, well, that's not to solve it. So then we started talking about pickup.
Okay, do you have something, Leanne has something to
You
add.
know, this year we've been supplementing the cans with, carts
Yeah.
that we place down there temporarily on the weekend. We don't seem to have had significant issues with that yet. So if you don't wish to replace so the original proposal was to replace the current cans, and then it would also add additional cans. But
Does the cart solution work? The cart solution is working though?
it seems to be so far. I guess I would recommend that if you don't wish to add more permanent cans, that we could continue with that solution. If we reach a point where that doesn't seem to work, then perhaps we can look at, how we address that, but I just don't believe that.
I don't think it is working.
What do you mean by carts?
I mean, garbage carts, recycling carts, like you have at your house.
Oh, those kind of carts,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't believe that bringing someone in just to empty those on a weekend is probably the most efficient way to address the problem. I think additional containers are a better cost-effective option. Again, if you don't want to purchase the permanent concrete ones, then we'll continue to work using the
Regular
general
carts.
recycling carts.
So the stopgap solution is working, at least for now.
For now it is.
Until it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Put
not
the
overflowing?
pickup issue into the organizational analysis?
Yeah,
and then-
yeah, I think we
Yeah,
should.
that's
Well,
good.
Okay, so,
As long as we got the temporary carts.
okay, so are we okay with, removing the $13,000? Okay, we got through the A's. Okay, so with those, Mark, where are we?
That gets us to that 12 million.
Oh, we're just at that, okay. All that just to get to where we were. This is like walking in sand, okay.
Then, I would suggest back up to general government for the
Yeah,
beach.
yeah, yeah. All right, so, okay, village board review adding trustee per diem stipends. Can you explain what you mentioned to staff?
Okay.
And I didn't look, Mark, can you explain how this would work? If we can't do it for ourselves, is that right?
Well, right, it's compensation, so it falls under the same statutory requirements that would only apply to trustees elected or village presidents elected to terms after the implementation of whatever measure the board may want to consider,
We're reelected, right?
being,
Or re-elected?
being stipends or just a salary increase is, quite honestly, is a little more practical from an administrative perspective. So depending on the scope of what you envision that might be, we've got 2 people up for election next year, so it would be whatever
Oh, I
amount
see,
would
for
be
those.
for the 2020 budget, that's what we would have to.
Well, is this something,
No,
It's not
Is this
something I would
something we can-
support.
let's talk about it. Let's talk about it during the year and think about it for 2021. Unless, does anyone want to vote? We can vote if you want, Allison.
vote on it.
Oh,
I just want to explain did you put a number to it?
No,
Did you have a number for cost?
no, there's no number.
Would you like to hear it?
Oh,
So I proposed this because I proposed it every year now for 3 years. And the reason that I'm proposing it is because I don't mind about my own salary. As the village president, I really believe that it is time to give the elected officials cost of living increase. We haven't had one since '71. If we haven't, I interviewed almost every council member and president at the league conference twice, and everybody on those gets a stipend, most everybody. And the stipend is like $7 a meeting for village board meetings, and it would be 2 times a month. So think of if you times that out by 7 a month, then it equals 12,000. If you wanted to make it even more fair, you could just say until a certain year when all of us would have had a re-election, that's when it goes into effect. It doesn't have to go into effect in 2020. And, you know, so I don't mind, I just feel like if we keep pushing it aside to the next year, it's never gonna happen. And I feel like we're not, we have some young people, you know, or people at work, or that want to be participants and volunteer, but they're stuck, you know, they can't run because there's no, you can't even pay for gas. I mean, I can't even pay for gas to get to like a fire meeting, you know, staff will get a stipend for that, but we're paying our own, and I'm okay with that. I just think something needs to be done, to bring up the, you know, equality of the expectations of the job.
Are we not eligible for mileage?
Travel.
Not that I know of. I've never put it in.
Are we eligible for mileage?
I would imagine a mileage reimbursement would be fine if it's documented and submitted, just like any other staff.
Right,
When doing a commute out of the municipality,
right,
I don't think that would fall under the statutory issues because it's a reimbursement.
right. Yeah, I mean, I agree that we should talk about it, but I don't see it as I think we should talk about it in committee or in COW or whatever. I agree with you that, it is hard enough to interest people in public service for a variety of reasons in Shorewood, and if it was not something you're basically doing as a volunteer thing, that we may be able to interest, you know, people who have, you know, full-time jobs and families and lots of other things going on in their lives, so.
I think going into it, you know that you're not going to make a lot of money in this role, and I think that most people that go into it are okay with that, but I think to continue to attract people, like, for me, I cannot pay a babysitter to be at my house for more than 20 minutes, on my current board